Yeah, hello, this is Village Boy again, talking to you about cash flow. I got asked some questions that, okay, you want to plan for a cash flow. What happens, especially those of us in the diaspora? What happens when people ask you for assistance here and there that is, very infrequent and it's a bit difficult to plan for? How does that affect your cash flow? That's a very good question, and I rightly observe many of us in the diaspora we face these challenges whereby out of the blue people just come, calling for emergency, or during some timeline during the year, school reception, festival period, and all that that they make request rather of us. Yes, this affects our cash flow. It affects our planning. Again, we go back to budgeting. Yes, these are nothing you can budget for. Some said there's nothing you cannot budget for. When we talk about budgeting again, let me say that it doesn't have to be exact science. It doesn't have to be, exactly as you think it will be. But it's a plan, it's a guide. So what I would advise, in a short word, without taking much of the time, is that as an individual, whether you are living at home or you are living abroad, and you experience this kind of, soliciting, I will call it, or intervention from time to time, create a budget for what you call charity. Charity is giving this time around. So you have a budget. I always do like to talk about having a fixed budget. It can be flexible in a way, depending on your circumstance and your situation. For instance, you have to take into consideration your handling capability. Then you have to think about those expenses you must incur primarily that you cannot wish away. So when you have taken care of all that is, compulsory that are needed for your own well-being, then you can have an account. You can have a budget line, which you call charity, or you can give it whatever name suits you. You can say giving or whatever. So you have this an amount, and depending again how convenient it is for you, you can make it something you contribute into bi-weekly or weekly or monthly. So it doesn't mean that every month your contribution to the charity account is something you have to finish. Remember, budget is a plan of action. It doesn't mean that when you budget for an expense, you must of necessity incur that expense. If there is no need to incur it, you can move it forward. So you can keep that amount aside and call it charity account. So when all these requests come, that are not primary obligations, some are not even secondary obligations as it were, so you take from there. So it's like a fund, a secret fund that you keep. If you are disposed to do that, to giving, so you keep this charity account, and from time to time when people make a request from you, you go there and pick it. It's already there, or you've created it, rather than panicking and say, oh, I don't have money left, I don't do this thing, and generating bad blood and all that. So, of course, you cannot give what you don't have, but because of especially those of us our bringing living a communal life, it is a bit difficult to avoid all this kind of situation. But you should also allow the situation, as unavoidable as it is, to run you to bankruptcy. It should not sink your cash flow. It should not sink you, in terms of financial burden. So make provision for it. Stick as much as possible as you can stick to the provisions. Yes, it could be flexible. It could also be rigid in this instance, because you can only give what you have. So Think about that. Every situation, every problem, there's always a way out. So don't despair. Yes, situation like this will always arise. But if you need further clarification, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I am your village man, the cash flow doctor. God bless you.